Hey, good morning. Happy, happy overcast Monday from Dallas. Um, Humongous storm came in last night. I don't think it really came all the way in, but this morning it's just it's not really overcast here. There's actually like some soft pink clouds from the sunrise coming up. They're just floating around out there. It feels more overcasty than it actually is overcasty. And that's actually the topic of today's Conscious Coffee. I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning last night and had to go pee. So I woke up and I had to go pee. And then I started thinking about things. And then my brain got carried away. And then I decided that I would masturbate. So I tried that. And I could not get into my body enough to even bring myself any pleasure. So I laid there and I was like, all right, well, this is stupid. Can't get into my body and I'm just thinking about things. So I stopped that and I just allowed myself to think, because that was obviously what was needing to happen. Hey, good morning, Addison. Morning, Crystal. So I laid there and I was thinking, and I was thinking about like some of the things that I was thinking about. And some of the things that I was thinking about was, like not being able to get into my body in that moment. I'm like, what a perfect opportunity. The house is quiet. Kids are all asleep. Nobody, like even if I make a little bit of noise, it's not even a big deal. And there I am trying to bring myself pleasure, and I could not get into my body. And then I started thinking, why are you trying to bring yourself pleasure? Like, you've had some good sex over the last couple of weeks, and this has happened, and that's happened. And like, why are you needing more, Kendall? Why? And then I actually had some shame come up, and I was like, there's people in your life that aren't having good sex, and there's this happening, and why are you pushing for more? Why can't you just be happy with what you got? And that just kind of started this whole ramble in my head about, wanting more, and then I was just realizing that there's some program inside of me that tells me that it's not okay to want more, that I should just be happy with what I have, because what I have is really fucking amazing. So why want more, right? And then I started to confirm to myself all these other things, and I realized that the pattern that was going off in my head was one of confirmation around what I had. And what the heck? The things I find outside sometimes. This is my daughter's fingernail. And she was out here, and we went to this nail place, and my housemate, my daughter, and we all got our nails done at the same place, and the place is shit. It is total shit. And we get Next Gen, and they do it for a decent price, but the nails, just literally a week later, all of our nails are busting off, and mine are all cracked and looking all not good. And then I'm like, what the heck is that laying on the table? It's a nail. Like, ew. Anyway, sorry. Sidetrack. So I was laying there, and I started thinking about how I was literally confirming other stuff to myself. And I was confirming literally the is of my life. Like certain things that I might be frustrated about, certain things that is really out of my control. It's dealing with other people. But I was thinking about, like this just is the way it is. And then this morning when I woke up, my alarm goes off, and I rolled over, and first off, I didn't even know why the hell my alarm was going off. I'm like, why is my alarm going off? It's not Monday. Come to find out, it was Monday. So I turned off my alarm, and I laid there for a second, and I did my gratitudes, and I was thanking God for all my abundance that's around me, and for everything that's there, and I'm like confirming all the good stuff. And I realized that, that's exactly what it is. That's what we need to do. We have to continue to confirm the good stuff. It's not like I'm laying there being grateful for doing my morning gratitude prayer, saying, thank you, God, for the stress in my life. Thank you, God, for the disconnection in my life. Thank you, God, for the feeling of overwhelm some days in my life. Thank you, God, for this or for that. No, I'm not in gratitude over those things. I'm not even trying to focus on those things deliberately. But what we tend to do, and what I encourage you to kind of look at, is where are you confirming your own shit? Like, how are you confirming your shit in the day, in the moment? How are you making it a reality and saying, oh, thanks for being here, shit. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy that you're here. I want you to stay. I love you, shit. This is absolutely amazing. This is just like, I want more of this. I want more of this. What I mean by that is it's kind of like, we had a girls' powwow last night. A lot of girl talk going on. I was talking to a friend yesterday, took kids out, was talking to friends. I had a lot of different like little interactions, and I also wrote an article yesterday and was talking about stuff in the article, and just different interactions. And from about like 4 o'clock yesterday to midnight last night, 11 o'clock, whatever it was, my phone ended up almost dying on me, but there was a whole bunch of emails that came in, and I even had new client applications come in, and I had all this different stuff. And basically the running theme was that there's so much confirmation going on of what we don't want. And, I swear God is trying to, somebody's having a humor more moment right now. I got nails laying on my table, and then some dude just messaged me about some fetish that he has. I'm going like, if you really want to like see me, talk to me, or something like that, why are you sending me a fucking fetish email right now? I don't even deal with fetish. FYI, Kendal does not deal with fetish training, fetish education, fetish anything. You got a fetish that's awesome, amazing. Maybe try out Fet Life and go there and talk to somebody there, or go to a dungeon or some shit like that. Kendal does not go to dungeons. Yes, why am I talking about myself in the third person? That's weird. Okay, back to something else. Talking about confirming, and here you go, like confirming. That was almost, there's this energy, like even with this guy right here, which I gotta get rid of because he's got his little pictures at the bottom of my phone. There we go. Okay, so he's gone now. Like even thinking about like that, there is, because I'm changing my business over. So I'm changing my business over. So I'm almost getting frustrated with the energy of my old business coming in on my new business. And there's like this communication of all the old, and it's asking me to confirm it still, even though I'm changing over. So I get these emails about like this, like fetish stuff. I'm going, I've never done any fetish training. I don't really have any fetishes. Fetishes just don't turn me on. Never have, never will. Whatever. To each his own. And I get these messages about that. So my energy might be, I don't do that. But underneath it, there's almost like this, you see, you're never going to be able to get rid of, like you're never going to be able to make this transition over to what your heart and your soul is, what your purpose is. Like that thing that just will not shut up in your head, that just keeps driving you forward, that makes you want to go over there. Like, yes, you can go do that, and you can help a lot of people, and you can make good money, and you can do this, and it's fun, and it's playful, and it's edgy, and it's this, and da 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 da. But my heart and my soul's not there anymore. Now my heart and soul, which has always been kind of over here, has been moving itself over here and just figuring out how to get there. But the more I focus in on, I don't want this to happen, is the reason why I get messages like this during Conscious Coffee, is because my focus is actually magnetizing that to me and pulling it in. Just like if I was talking to Addison Bell last night, and she was talking about a woman that that we both follow, mentor woman, and the whole message on there was that, there's these women out there, like if you have business coach, and if you have to kind of think about, like, if you're a person that just attracts the opposite sex, like dating, and dating is easy. There's always, like, for me, to me, I'm like, guys are everywhere. I don't really try at it. I can get a date in 2 seconds. There's good guys everywhere. There's good sex everywhere. There's this. I'm never single. I will never be single. I'm always going to have a good quality man in my life. I can never see myself single. I don't even know what single feels like, really. And it's because I always have good quality men around me, and it's just this energy. Like, it just is. It just is. I don't question it. It's just flow. It's just easy. Meeting a nice guy is easy. Having a male relationship is easy. Doing this is, it's like, it's just easy. It's disgustingly easy. And then I look around and there's other people that I know have a tougher time with that, and it's not easy for them. And I cannot comprehend how it's not easy, because I don't know what that's like, because it's always been easy since I was before 15. But at 15, when I had my first romantic relationship come into the picture, it was just easy. It just happened. Even though I was scared out of my mind, even though I had insecurities, it just happened, and it just was, and it always has been, and it always will be. And then the business coach, she was talking about how we have to look at our money the same way. Like, if it's really easy for you to attract the opposite sex, then just flip your money into that. Well, flip your abundance into that. Flip your mindset. And the point is that it's really about focusing on what you want instead of what might be. And we confirm so often what we don't want in our daily lives. We consistently talk about it. We support it. We focus in on it. We acknowledge it. We go, you see, there you go. It's this over here. Look, you got that. I wish I had that. I'm jealous over this, but you got that. I want that. I don't know how. That just doesn't happen for me. That just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I don't do. Every time you have this feeling, this thought, you make this statement of, well, that's great for you, but it just doesn't happen for me. And you know how to do that, but it doesn't happen for me. And, everybody, like, let's take it back to the guys. Oh, guys just like you, but they don't like me. And, it's probably this, but they're never going to like me on that. Or I just don't have the knowledge for this. Hey, good morning, Michael and Corey. I saw somebody else pop in. Sorry, I'm not saying hello to everybody this morning, I guess. So hello to everybody that I haven't said hello to. But yeah, to that acknowledgement of what we want is how we get what we want, is to create it as though it already is. Is there something that you find that flows into your life with ease, and it's just something that you just almost take for granted, and you almost do, like I take guys for granted. I do. I take the dating scene, the romance scene, I take it for granted in a lot of ways, because I just can't imagine life without it. I enjoy it. I love it. It always has been. It's just there. It's something that I know I'm good at. I'm kind of a little cocky about it. I was like, whatever. Like, why? Of course I'm going out on a date. Of course I'm having sex. Of course I've got this guy in my life. Of course he'll drive freaking 100 miles to see me. Of course he'll do this. Of course he'll do. It's an assumption, a positive assumption, and a taking for granted. And not that I'm taking those people for granted, that person for granted, or even the situation. It is the energy of that. It just is. It just is this way. There is nothing more about it than it just is. And we can create that about anything. You can create that about your health. You can create that about your work. You can create it about maybe a purpose, your money, your relationship, your raising of your children. I mean, like, I do it with my children too. I have a certain amount of just taking relationships with my children for what I want them to be, for granted for what I want them to be. There is a certain, like, my expectation around my relationship with my children is that I have fantastic relationships with my children. I have fantastic relationships with my children. I have a certain closeness that I know that most parents don't have with their children. There is ease, there is connection, there is love, there is just like, I have like inner circles, right? And on my inner circle chart of people that come into my inner circle, really truly my inner circle, the people that are the closest, that nobody else can ever probably surpass. I mean, it would take a hell of a lot of work. I know there's other people that have crept in there and get in there every now and then, but truly those people that are at my closest, at my core, that know me, and I would like literally lay my life down for them, and I feel that they would do the same for me, and there's just this complete knowing and understanding, and it just is my children. And we just have a really, really close, open, loving relationship, and there's really no conditions around it. And that's just the way it is, and that's just the way it always has been, and that's just the way I am with my children, and that's just the way it always will be with my children, and I can't imagine any other way. Therefore, that's what is, right? I look at a lover and I go, you know, with a lover, I just am this way. I am really open with my lovers. I have certain expectations around my relationships, and it's the same expectations that I always have had. And people say, how do you find these guys? I think actually my daughter told me this like a couple of weeks ago. She got back from Hawaii and she met a man that I am dating, and he was over, and she's like, Mom, there you are again. You always have a guy that's like, you find guys that are just so comfortable with you having a career and being who you are and acting the way you do and having 7 children, and you find these guys that are just supportive and connective and just okay with you being you. And I'm like, well, of course, why wouldn't I? You know, like, I'm not going to attract a guy that's not, I don't want a guy in my life that's not going to accept my family, that's not going to accept my belief structures, that's not going to accept who I am and my kind of my boldness and my this and my that, and our open family, as we are very, very open-minded. I only attract truly guys who, like, I might attract a guy here and there that it doesn't jive with. He doesn't last very long. He doesn't last very long at all. And then but I do have these, like, it's not that hard for me to find a guy that's like, all right, yeah, so you have 7 kids. So what? And then this world, it's kind of like, normally guys are like, oh my gosh, she's got kids. She's looking for a dad. She's looking for this. She's looking blah, blah. But that's not me either. I'm not looking for that. I don't need a guy for that. I want the relationship. I want the connection. I'm not looking to have a father for my children. I want a nice masculine around my children. If he's around my children, then he better be a certain type of masculine. You know, there's different things that I look for, different qualities, but they just kind of, I don't really even look for them. They just happen. And we can do that with our abundance. We can do that with an abundance, meaning, you know, really the wellspring of life, right? Everything that we want abundant wise. Maybe you want an abundance of travel. Maybe you want an abundance of money. Maybe you want an abundance of health. Maybe you want just an abundance of food in your refrigerator. I don't know. It's whatever you're looking for that abundance, for that well-being, for that feel good. You want to feel good? Focus on feeling good. As long as you're focusing on feeling bad, well, guess what you're going to get more of? Feeling bad. That's exactly what you're going to get more of. Just don't own that shit. Do not own it. Step forward. Stop owning your shit on that level, unless you're really enjoying it. I mean, if that's what you want to draw on, if you don't want to have a relationship, then keep focusing on not having a relationship. If you don't want to have sex, then keep focusing in on not having sex. If you don't want to have a nice money flowing to you, good abundant money flowing to you, then focus in on not having the abundance flowing to you. If you don't want to have good health, then focus in on every little ache and pain and run to the freaking doctor and make sure that you claim that you are unhealthy. I mean, they really get out there and like claim that you're unhealthy, because that's exactly how you remain. That's how you get unhealthy. It's by claiming it. You don't, I mean, just like you want to be broke, claim that you're broke all the time. I guarantee you will stay broke. Guarantee it. Oh, I only live paycheck to paycheck. Well, there you have it. You only live paycheck to paycheck. You said it. You got it. Now you have it. Own it. Yay, baby. I'm so proud of you for owning what you don't want. you go, yeah, but I don't want that. So I don't want to do that. So, but how do I change that, right? How do I change that? Change what you're saying, change what you're thinking, change what you're doing, change how you're viewing things. Look at your pattern thoughts, look at your pattern statements, look at the things that you are consistently doing that is attracting you to everything that you claim that you don't want. Because what you're going to realize is that you're probably having a love affair with everything that you don't want. And you're actually addicted to it in some fucking crazy ass reason that you're addicted to it, but you are, because that's why you have it, because there's some sort of addiction and desire to have this, like, well, I can't have, so I'm going to show up this way. And it's just this program that's running. It's a habit. It's a habit that you're addicted to, and only you can break it. And the way through it is to just stop confirming your shit. Stop confirming what you don't want. Just stop the insanity. Stop the insanity of confirming what you don't want. Because if you really, truly don't want it, why are you owning it? Why are you claiming it? Why are you making it your life? It's crazy. I mean, we all do it. We all do it at different levels. We all do it. I do it in lots of different ways. I'm constantly, like, seriously, like this year, my income's doubling this year. And it's doubled, and I go, how did I do that? Like, right now, I have made more money than what I did all of last year. Actually, it's more than doubled from last year, because last year was actually kind of a weak year for me. It was a lower year. I had a lot of stresses going on with my mom, and I was not as business focused, and I had some heartbreak happen and all this different stuff. So last year was actually even a lower year than what I wanted it to be. But my normal years, like all the years before last year, all the years before, like this year will triple last year, but it will double my normal year. So I look at that and I go, all right, what have I done different? What have I done different to double my income? And how did I do that? And I want to get into the how-tos, but here's the reality. There's really no how-tos to it other than it was a switch. It was a switch in my energy. I'm not really doing anything different. I'm actually doing less than what I normally do, because I, again, have had different things happen. Life transformation, transition things going on, things where I've had to bring my focus off of doing marketing and business and all the workshops that I normally do. I'm not doing all the workshops that I normally do. I'm also changing gears. I'm changing my business around to meet more alignment to my soul to do that. Well, guess what happens when we actually meet what our soul wants, when we're actually doing what our soul wants, then abundance comes from that as well. So getting into alignment with soul is definitely key, but on top of getting into alignment with soul is actually just making that switch inside that says, I'm not going to confirm that because I don't want that. Even though it's right there, even though it's right in front of me, even though it's something that it's like, it's right here, it's in my life, I'm not going to confirm it. Instead, I'm going to confirm this over here. And I'm going to do it with positive enthusiasm and excitement. I'm going to be pumped up about it. And this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. Just like what I said, my income's doubling this year. I'm like, it's almost, my energy behind that is, my income's doubling this year. Of course it is. Like, that's just what it is. My income is doubling. It already has. It can't not double, because I've already made more this year than what I did last year by like 25,000. Literally, like, I'm about 25,000 ahead of all of last year right now. So of course, I still got another 6 months in the year, so my income's going to double and then some. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to do so much more, and it has to, because it's not like I'm not going to make any money for the rest of the year. Like, that would be absolutely fucking crazy. I can't not make money, because I always make good money, and that's just the way it is. See where I'm going with that? Pick your confirmation item that you have been focusing in on, and like really fucking trying to make it happen, because that's what you're confirming all the time. And you're just like, no, I'm really unhealthy. No, I'm really broke. No, I'm really single. Wham, poor me. okay, yes, poor me, so-and-so has this, so-and-so has that, the rest of the world's got this going on, the rest of the world's got that going on. I'm just going to confirm that I'm not good enough. I'm going to confirm that I'm not worthy. I'm going to confirm that I'm, not pretty enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, I'm not good at saving money. I'm not good at, I'm going to confirm that I'm going to gain weight instead of lose weight because I'm not exercising. I'm going to confirm that I eat like shit. I'm going to confirm that I do this, that I do that, whatever it is. I mean, like, seriously, I'm going to confirm that I do not want is what I'm going to confirm. Where are you doing that? What are the things that you really don't want, and how are you actually supporting keeping them in your life? And how's that really making you feel? How's that working out for you? Like, really, how is that really working out for you? Is that, you should feel really powerful. You really should. I mean, it's like, that is just fucking amazing. You are a magic worker. You are the best manifester on the planet. God is blessing you so much because look at everything that you're getting for, that you're asking for. Like, you ask for it and you get it. And it's like consistently showing up in your life, constantly showing up in your life. You really, really want this shit. And look, it's showing up. So yay. I mean, like, high five, right? High five that. There you go. Yes, you're a fantastic manifester. So be happy about it, right? Oh, but you're manifesting all the stuff that you don't want. Yeah, we do that. As human beings, we do that. We do a lot of that. And then we get mad about manifesting what we don't want. We don't want to own it. So we manifest it and then we go, no, I don't want this. No, I don't want this. Why is this showing up? I don't get it. I really don't want that. I just, like, how do I move out of it? How do I get out of this? And how do I do that? And you can say, yeah, Kendal, that's really, really easy for you to say because you're in that position. And the statement of my ex-husband that I absolutely I love this statement. I hate this statement. But he one time, years ago, that's probably about 10 years ago. It was like at the very beginning of my sex and relationship career practice. And I started my practice and I went out the doors and I had relatively good success my first month out. I think I made like $3,000 my first month out. And I was like, woohoo! Like, I was really impressed with myself because I went from stay-at-home mom, trying to figure out her shit, not making any money. And I had done all this study, but I was a stay-at-home mom, not making any money. And I had tried this, and I had tried that, and I had done this, and I had done that. And I looked at all these different opportunities. I tried to build like a personal chef business. I love cooking. So I tried to build a personal chef business. And I was going to go into people's houses, and for like $300 for the week. Oh my God, I can't believe I was actually going to do this shit. Like, that was fucking crazy. I can't even believe it. But I was going to go into somebody's house for like $400 a week, and I was going to make up a whole week's worth of food and like create all this yummy, organic, good food and then put it into freezer packs, and then they would come home and they would have literally like a week's worth of food or more or whatever in their freezer all ready to go, and it would just like come out and preheat means and still, instead of, like going and going to the store and buying all this shit food that you stick in your freezer and then you just microwave or stuff, you'd actually have really good quality meals, yummy, like high-end meals. It's a great idea. Can't believe I was going to charge $300 for that. I'm like, who the fuck does that? Anyway, I wouldn't do that now. I'd be like, way more. Way more. Number one, I just wouldn't do it. It's too much now. I might hire a personal chef now. But I had that idea and I could not sell that idea for the life of me. And it was because I didn't believe that somebody, would, this is kind of humorous right now because I'm just like, this is goofy. But here was where my blockage was. I did not believe that somebody would pay me $300 a week to come in and make like 12 meals for them and spend like 5 hours in their kitchen cooking and prepping and make sure it's all cleaned up and then have it all put together. I did not see my own value in that. And I did not see the value of the service. So I struggled for like 120 days trying to launch this idea. I created this website. I created all this different stuff. I had the whole menu. I had nutritional facts because I have a nutritional background. So I put together new nutritional facts. I did all this different stuff. Fucking amazing menu. I did everything, and I had one person call me. One person, which my husband referred to me, call me, and I'll never forget it because I was standing in a friend's driveway picking up kids, and she calls me and she's asking me questions, and I took the phone call and I was scared shitless. I was scared to death because I was scared to death of the phone, and I didn't know how to do a sales call. And I'm doing the sales call. It's like basically a real quick overscript presentation of like, this is what I do. This is why you want to hire me, right? So I'm taking the sales call, and my kids are getting in the car, and she's like, well, how much is this? And I tell her the price, like, let's call it $300, $350, whatever. I tell her the price, and she goes, oh man, that's a lot of money. I don't think I can afford that. Like, it sounds like a great service, but that's a lot of money. I don't think I can afford that at this time. And in my head, I just went, yeah, I know it's too much. It's just too much. Like, and I'm not doing enough for it. I'm not working enough. I'm not providing a good enough service for that. Like, I should do more. I should do more. I should give more. I should be more. Like, this just confirms to me that I'm not enough here, and that, yes, this might be a great idea, but I'm asking too much. I'm asking to receive too much. It's just not. No, I need to shrink my shit down, because this is just not, you see, like, this is why I'm not getting people, is because I'm asking too much for it. I'm asking too much. I now charge that per hour and then some for, like, if somebody was just going to walk in and just, like, drop coach and just be like, all right, sit down with me, coach me for 1 hour, and then I'm leaving. I charge more for the hour of just, like, basically just doing a random coaching appointment than what I would have done for 5, 6, 7 hours of my time to cook like 10, 12 fucking meals for a family. Go in, clean their kitchen up afterwards, make sure everything's perfect. Go and do all the shopping that was not counted in on that. Do all the prep work, all the cooking, all the preparing, all the putting together, and then clean their kitchen up again. It would have been like a whole day's worth of work, and I went, making $300, $350 for the day. Like, that's amazing money. If I made $300 3 days a week, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. That's like $4,000 a month, and I get to do something that I love doing, and blah 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 blah. I know, like that. I'm like, seriously, I can close my eyes and that $300 is going to drop out of the ceiling somewhere. It's like, it's just going to appear. It's not a big deal. And I don't even really do anything for it at that point. Like, I really sometimes think, like, okay, and what did I do for that? Oh, I sat there and I did this and I did that. And yes, I provided lots of information. I provided lots of connection, and I provided a view and insight. Actually, I provided a hell of a lot. I got that person in that hour to freaking change their whole life, to see a picture clearer. I was that baseball bat that they needed to hear. I provided them with purpose. I provided them with a message from God. I provided them with this. I provided them with that. This is what I did. I provided with that. You see, it's a value thing. If we don't value ourselves, I was not valuing myself in those moments way back then. I was not valuing myself back then at all. And now my value for myself has changed, and therefore people value me differently as well. So I can command differently what I want to pull into my life, because I value myself differently now. I would be insulted if somebody wanted me to work for the whole week for $300. I'd be like, yeah, okay. Well, you go have fun with your life. And when you figure that out, and you actually can find some value in having a coach, and you get what coaching actually does for you, because a coach can take you from here all the way to the other side of the galaxy in less time than what you can even imagine, and get you through your shit in less time, and is going to give you that tough love and that support and everything that you need, and like really be able to like help you not fall into all those ruts and hit all those walls that you're going to go hit. But you go hit that because you don't see the value in that, then fine. Peace out. Love you. Blessings. Go have fun. Go have fun. Let me know when you pull your head out your ass, and I'll still be over here. Except you really might not be able to afford me because my prices keep going up. So there you have it. Like, oh, seriously. But that was not what I was going to say. What I was starting with was back then was like 10 years ago. My husband looked at me in that first month out on my sex and relationship coaching practice that I did, and I was really heavily focused into Tantra, and I made like $3,000. And I remember coming home, I was so happy at the end of the month because I had figured out how much I made, and I made like, I'm going to say it's like $3,000. I'd have to go back. I have it written down somewhere, but I know it was right around $3,000 because I was like, wow, at this pace, I'm going to make like $36,000 a year. I'm going to make like maybe $40,000 a year, and and it's going to be fantastic. And because he was struggling and we were struggling financially, really, really big time. We were looking at potentially losing our house and all this different stuff. And we had lost a house recently prior, the year before. And it was just like, we were really, really struggling. So for me to be able to pull in $36,000 a year would have really been life-changing for my household. And he looks at me and he says, well, of course it's easy for you. You're a beautiful blonde, and who's going to say no to you? And of course, like, you're going to have lots of male clients, and they're all going to love you, and they'll pay you just to look at you. And and he's like, but I'm a 40-year-old, because he's 10 years older than me. So I was 30, he was 40. He's like, but I'm a 40-year-old guy with a beer belly, and and like, who's gonna really pay me anything to do this or to do that? So it's like, and I'm like, I just made my first $3,000 month out. I didn't even really have to try that hard. And I thought about it, and I was like, really, is that really all it is? Is that I'm just getting paid for my looks, and I'm just getting paid for this, or I'm just getting paid for that? And something inside of me said, bullshit. I called bullshit on it. I was like, no, that's not it. Like, I have more value than my looks. I have more value than this. And I have plenty of days that I look like shit. You guys know that. You see me on Conscious Coffee. Like, you guys get the real me every single day. How I wake up without my teeth brushed. And, I mean, like, look, I still got makeup on from last night. And just that statement made me go, wow, he actually is believing that he can't do this. And this is the thing. And I hear this a lot. I've been told this actually I've been told this a lot by different people in my life, that, oh, it's just because of your physical characteristics. It's just because you have a certain sex appeal. It's just because you're open and playful. It's just because you are flirtatious. It's just because, you can write about some sexy things that's a turn on. It's just because you're in the sex and relationship industry. It's just because this, it's just because that. And you see, and here's like a little program switch, because I'm switching my business, right? I'm moving my business into what my heart and soul wants. And I have this like little voice going like, oh, but how's that going to work for you? You're only good at sex and relationship, and you're only good at this, and that's like bullshit, because my practice, even my sex and relationship practice, is not really about sex and relationship. People come to me and they tell me how they can't get an erection. They come to me and they tell me how they can't have an orgasm, and I always come back to their purpose. Always, 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 always. I ask people, so what do you do? Does that make you feel, do you feel like you're living your purpose? Do you feel turned on to life? Because I come back to the turn on of life. And once I start working on and helping them fix the area of their life around their purpose, their sex just fixes itself. All of a sudden, they're getting erections in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, they're turned on to life. All of a sudden, the woman is having beautiful, full-body orgasms and experiencing this rapture, and they're experiencing connection as a couple. And it all comes back to really stepping into their authentic selves and really coming into like that core person that they are, and meeting their soul. And when we do that, everything else just kind of works out for us, until we really open up to our soul, until we really step into our purpose, into that alignment. Everything just shuts down on us. We're going to have shit orgasms. We're going to just never be able to really be happy. We're going to feel extremely needy and disconnected and lost. And I mean, like, we're just going to be codependent motherfuckers who can't get our shit straight on anything, and just are like like we're just drowning all the time. And it's all because we're not in alignment to our soul. We're not in alignment to our purpose. And that feeling of anxiety and drowning and disconnect and dread and deadness is all saying, you're not in alignment. You're not in alignment. An aligned person is a turned on person. We're turned on to life. When I am truly in alignment, I am like, wow. Like, I am just, the world is so juicy. The world is so fucking juicy. And I just love it. And I just want to eat it up. And I just want to be penetrated by it. And I just want to devour it. And I want to be devoured. And there's just so much. I mean, like the energy and the connection and the every single fucking thing is just amazing. That's turned on alignment. That is where it is just bliss. And if you want that, if you want that orgasmic life, if you want that fuck yes life, as I refer to it, it is all about stopping the confirmation of everything that you don't want. You've got to stop that confirmation. Stop looking and saying, oh, that happens for so-and-so because of, but I'm this. That happens because of, but this is where I'm at. I'm not blah, blah, blah. If you are consistently saying that you are not, that you are this, that you are not that, that blah, 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 all this different stuff, well then guess what? This is exactly what you're going to get. Exactly what you're going to get. It is about connecting to self. It is about learning what truly, truly feels good to you. So, there you have it. Stop confirming your shit. Stop confirming what you don't want. Start, if you want something new in your life, if you want something fresh in your life, if you want that bliss, that joy, that rapture, that whatever the fuck you're after, whatever your heart is really pulling you towards, what are you turned on to? Are you not turned on to much of anything? Well, maybe start there. Okay, start there. Like, figure out something that attracts you. Figure out something that excites you. Figure out something that you do with ease. Figure out something that you do with ease. What is something that you do that just is so easy to you? That you can just do and it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like pressure. It just is so much you. You can just really just, that's just me. That's just so cool. Like, I don't really have to work at it. What is something like that? What is something that comes naturally to you? Lean in on that. Focus more on that than any other thing. I guarantee you that if you focus in on the things that feel good, that come more naturally, that turn you on, that excite you, that you just kind of like just rolls through you, that flow, and that is your doorway to your flow. Step into the fucking flow and things will just start manifesting for you. They will just come about. God wants to bless you. God wants to have you full of abundance in every way. He wants you just in this rapture, this wellspring, this beauty that life is, but you have to actually step into your flow. You have to step into that flow and you have to stop denying yourself. And that is the only thing that is denying you is you, because you're focused in on what is instead of what you want as though it is. Did you get that? You're focused in on what is instead of what you want as though it is. There's the ticket. There's the secret. There's the how-to. There's the 1, 2, 3. It is that simple. Yes, it is that hard. Simple, but it takes a lot of focus. It takes a switch. It's not going to just happen like that, but it will happen just like that. Okay? And what it is that it really is just taking your focus on what you see in front of you and putting your focus on what you want as though it already has happened. The assumption that it is already there, okay? The embracing of though that it is already there. The feeling of what it is already there. Hey, Lori, thank you for confirming. I do have a fuck yes life. Awesome. I love to hear that. So it really is just about that. Take your focus and take it off of what you have and put it on what you want as though it already is. You're going to see on the post, on the pinned post, there is my course out called the Feel Good Now course. A lot of people always ask me, well, why is it so important to focus on? Why are you always talking about feeling good, feeling good? Well, because if you're not feeling good, guess what you're going to get more of? Not feeling good. That's just what it is, right? You're gonna get what you're focused on. And if you're saying I don't feel good, and you just keep falling into these things of, well, I feel sick, I feel tired, I feel alone, I feel sad, I feel angry, I feel blah 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 blah. Well, that's what's gonna show up more and more in your life, is all of those feelings and experiences and people and everything to support those feelings. So the course that I created there is actually all the practices that I do on a daily basis and the things that I do to keep myself in a feel-good state even when shit is hitting the fan, how you can basically move through that in a much quicker fashion and not set up camp in your shit, not set up camp there, but actually be able to move through it. There's different practices, there's meditation, and I really encourage you to go explore it, get that course, because if you want the fuck yes life, if you want to create that orgasmic life, well, then it's really based on you feeling good. It really is. And if you don't know how to feel good consistently, if you have more feel bad days than feel good days, then don't you think that you should learn how to feel good and how to maintain that feel good and legitimately feel good, not just fake it, but how do you actually maintain that feel good? What are the practices? What are the little things that you can do to help yourself shift into that feel good so that you can have that orgasmic life, so that you can have that fuck yes life? What are those things that you can do? In that course, I definitely have that. I'm also going to be launching a course probably today. With any luck, I got to get a whole bunch of other things done, but I am going to try to get this course out to everybody. It is a 10-day intensive course with me. It's going to be a Facebook Live, and I'm going to work through 10 different areas, and it is all about basically just getting off your ass and making shit happen. So look for that to come out. I will definitely do a video once I have the sales page up and all put together, but it is going to be an intensive 10-day course really designed to help you go from here to here and get off your butt and just really start taking on the life that you want, taking on the things that you want, and making that shit happen in every area. So it is going to be very, very focused in on, yes, feeling good, but also working through your worthiness issues and working through the shame that you might have, like the shame that I woke up with. I'm laying there, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I'm having this shame around pleasuring myself. I'm having this shame around having abundance come in. I have like that noticing. Well, there's those programs that, yes, they're always going to linger inside of us, but how do we move through them without letting them attach to us, even though that they're always kind of like popping up and triggering? How do we just not attach to those triggers, and how do we get through that? And there's going to be 10 different segments, 10 different days. It's a 10-day intensive workshop here on Facebook. So you're on Facebook, I'm on Facebook. You can easily do that, right? It's 10 days. It'll be all recorded. There's going to be lots of written content. It's going to be 10 days though of live training here on Facebook, designed just to help somebody help you hopefully get through your shit and really truly embrace that life. So get off your fucking ass and get out there and start living life, live abundantly, live fuck yes, and as always, stop existing and start living. And I will catch you guys tomorrow at 6 a.m. Blessings, guys.